All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Minnesota Vikings, and with the regular season officially less than a week away, it is crazy to me how disrespected this Minnesota Vikings team is. People are acting like they lost their starting quarterback. They lost Justin Jefferson. People are acting like the Minnesota Vikings just turned into like this rebuilding squad. People love to bring up the point differential. Ugh. In tonight's video, we're going to discuss why Minnesota is still very much a good football team. So the reason I'm making this video right now is I was reading, we got week one. I was reading a power rankings article. I was actually reading The Athletic. I scrolled to the top 10. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I've been assuming everybody else thought Minnesota was easily a 10-plus win team once again this season, but clearly I was mistaken. I get to top 10, nowhere to be seen. Once again, I'm a Packers fan. My Cheeseheads, 16th. Minnesota, 17th. So they went through best case scenarios and worst case scenarios, and the final sentence to the best case scenario is another first round playoff loss awaits, but by a closer margin this time. Wow. That is crazy to me. Wow. I went all summer thinking everybody else agreed that the Minnesota Vikings are a 10-plus win team. This was the 8th ranked offense this past season, with Kirk Cousins, the best wide receiver in the National Football League at this point in time, Justin Jefferson, rookie Jordan Addison, playmaker X Factor comes in, Alexander Mattison, somebody who has been just waiting for his opportunity since he got into the league, TJ Hawkinson, KJ Osborne, Brian Flores comes over to, command the defense. It's crazy how disrespected this team is. So we're going to talk tonight why Minnesota is perfectly fine. In fact, they're probably, I don't want to get into NFC North predictions. We'll save that for the end of the video. But before we get any further into tonight's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I do post a couple of Vikings videos every single week. So Vikings fans, if we could try and get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the world to me. You guys absolutely blessed my last one. I think we got almost 1,000 likes. So thank you very much. All right. Offensive-driven league is exactly what we are in right now. All right, Wes Phillips and Kirk Cousins, year number 2. Minnesota last season won 13 games. All right, 13 games. Justin Jefferson had a unbelievable season, cemented himself as the best wide receiver in the league. They make a trade for TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson's one of the best tight ends in the National Football League. I was just having an argument with a buddy the other day, and he was telling me, he was like, TJ Hawkinson's never had a season over 1,000 yards. I'm like, dude, the TJ Hawkinson disrespect is quite clear. I can't believe how undercovered the Minnesota Vikings are for a 13-win team with Justin Jefferson. People act like this is an incompetent squad. So let's take a deeper look into it. When we take a look on paper, Kirk Cousins, a great quarterback. Very solid. Maybe if you don't agree he's great, he's a very good quarterback. All right. So you got Captain Kirk at the helm. Alexander Mattison waiting for his opportunity. We got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Listen, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, Justin Jefferson. Put some respect on that group right there. Justin Jefferson, no explanation needed, right? Jordan Addison is the definition of a playmaker. People's biggest critique with him is his size, just simply his size. When you have Justin Jefferson, everybody is focused on him, all right? That's going to open up opportunities for Jordan Addison, but that's also exactly why you traded for TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson is wide receiver number 2 pretty much on this squad, all right? We're not going to forget about Josh Oliver, and we're certainly not going to forget about Alexander Mattison. Who's a quarterback's best friend? The answer is a running back. Alexander Mattison, they move on from Dalvin Cook. I think that's the better option. Youth, pop, zip, all right? Josh Oliver, 2 tight end sets, play action, establish the ground game. The Minnesota Vikings season or postseason success, I should say, because regular season-wise, your offense is loaded. This is going to be like they were last season, close to a top 5 offense, putting up 30 points a game, all right? Even if their defense is slightly below average like they were last season, you're still going to win football games. You're going to put a bunch of points on the board, right? So, to me, what the season or postseason success once again comes down to is the trenches. If your offensive line stays healthy for the entirety of the season, or at least heading into the playoffs, Minnesota could make a run. All right, they could certainly make a run. Brian Flores comes over as the defensive coordinator. That's the biggest addition for the Vikings defense. All right. Last year was a mess. It was a debacle. The schemes, it just was not the move. Brian Flores is a genius defensive mind. He loves to blitz. He loves showing blitz. This Vikings defense, by the end of the season, any young rookie quarterback, I'm already thinking about Jordan Love right now, they're not going to have a great idea of what's being shown at them. So when we take a look at the defensive personnel, I don't mind it. All right, Dean Lowry, Hunter, you still got Hunter, right? Jordan Hicks, Marcus Davenport comes on over. We talked about Ivan Pace Jr. in our last Vikings video. This is a great linebacker unit. But everywhere I read, everywhere I watch, everyone's concerned with the Vikings linebacker room. I look at a guy like Ivan Pace Jr., 21 and a half tackles for loss in his final season at Cincinnati, 10 sacks for a linebacker. Joins Marcus Davenport, Hicks, Hunter. Brian Flores is going to be able to get extremely creative with this group of players. All right. I think this is a versatile defense. Now, when we get to the secondary, that's also another big. Everyone's just got concerns. People have concerns with the Vikings defensive line, the linebacker room, and especially with the secondary. Got torched, right? I mean, this was the second worst passing defense statistically last year in the league. So what do they do? All right. Well, first off, you still have Harrison Smith, but they pick up Byron Murphy Jr. This was one of the most underrated free agent additions of the entire offseason, all right? Byron Murphy, 2 years ago, 4 interceptions. Last time he played a full season as a full starter for the Arizona Cardinals, 16 games, 4 interceptions, 12 pass deflections, 64 tackles. I think, and I feel like this always comes off wrong when I say it. I think cornerbacks are pretty overrated to a certain degree. Like, you can't pay 2 cornerbacks. Defensively in general, with the rule changes in the last decade or so, you can't have an 85 Bears defense. You can't have the same defense as you used to be able to. So I'm not saying defense doesn't necessarily win you championships, but I want to go young. I want to go fast. But more importantly, I want to go cheap because I want to sustain winning. We're in an offensive-driven league right now. And at the end of the day, the Minnesota Vikings still have a great offense. I'll go even further. They improved their offense. Now you have a full season of TJ Hawkinson. Now you have a full-time starter in Alexander Madison. Now you have, first off, Justin Jefferson is still young. He's still getting better. Now you bring in rookie Jordan Addison. This is an offensive-driven league, man. Minnesota's still going to win 10-plus games. They're still easily going to be over 500. I can't believe people think they're going to be an 8-win team. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this Minnesota Vikings squad. But as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I'll see you guys later.